It's the day that has us all wearing the one beanie and cheering for our team. It's the time where we all get together and cheer against the beast. It's a day where we link our arms and we fight together. Hundreds and thousands of dollars were hoped for, tens of millions of dollars have been raised, and we're going to continue to do it until the beast has been beaten. It was an idea from one of the bravest men of all time, and that idea has grown into a movement. Hi everybody and welcome to the MCG for Big Freeze 8. Neale Daniher is a beautiful, wise, brave man. He's inspired us all. And we're about to talk about what we can all do today. We're here to have some fun as we fight one of the most serious diseases in the world. Vance Joy was going to play. He sadly has gone down with COVID. He sends our best. His third album, In Our Sweet Time, is available. Please welcome Chris Cheney from The Living End. He's about to perform Corner Shop from his new album, The Storm Before the Calm.
These days I can hear the school bells ringing now, racing against the setting sun on the hill, back to my house. Time is one thing we all feel. We all want to see tomorrow. We're watching the days just disappear. We leave behind our stories to be told. Saturdays never seem to end. Walking to the corner shop with my friends down the service road. Now it's a one-way street and there's no one left hanging around. Hey man, there was a real big fire. There's nothing left except the voices of the choir. And you're doing all you can to make the best of the situation. But hey man, it's over. Whatever happened to Thursday night at the Wheelers? All the second-hand kings were dealers, and the kids that I knew when I was 17. Whatever happened to that girl I used to like? The long road tracks where I rode my bike. And all you have left are the memories, 'cause it'll never be the same anymore. Hey man, there was a real big fire. There's nothing left except to wait around to retire. And you're doing all you can to make the best of the situation. But hey man, it's over. Where have all the good times gone?
Massive thanks to Chris Cheney. Just a reminder, that was Corner Shop, and his new album, The Storm Before the Calm, is out now. And a big thanks to Vance Joy. Our thoughts are with you. Hopefully a quick recovery. In terms of today, we don't really need to be reminded why we're here. We're taking on the beast. We understand the hideousness of it all. There is no treatment. There is no cure. But turn your attention to the screens at the MCG and your TV at home just to remind us of the fight that we've got in front of us right now.
Football is more than just a game. It's a line so often spoken. But it really is true. Football can be a vehicle for change, a way to honour and celebrate, and it can bring us all together. Today, football stands united with Neale Daniher in the fight against motor neurone disease.
When it's breaking over me, 1,000 miles down to the seabed, found a place to rest my head. Never let me go, never let me go, never let me go.
Since Neale revealed his battle with MND in 2014, he's courageously led the football world and the general public to shine a light on this debilitating disease. In 2015, the Big Freeze came to life, and it continues to grow stronger every year. Some of the biggest names have come together to take the icy plunge in a show of solidarity in the battle against the beast. And haven't we seen some moments?
3, 2, 1. Down he goes. Freddie Mercury, Nick Rewald. Wow, the first ever surfer slider.
Today, more than ever, football is more than just a game. Today, it is brave, selfless, and united. Today, football is proud. It's time to play on.
Big Freeze at the G, Big Freeze 8 as we welcome in Tim Watson. Tim, a great mate of yours had an idea, and that idea has become a movement as we see a sea of blue walk over from Federation Square. It's become known as Daniher's Way. They come to the MCG not just to watch Queen's birthday football, but to support a man that has inspired us all, not just Australians and not just the football family, but indeed the world. He's an incredible man, and we're here to support him, and we need to fight the enemy that is the beast. Welcome.
We do, Hammer, yes, and he truly has united people right across the AFL world, but also right across the country as well. And I know today there's going to be a massive crowd here at the MCG. They're going to have their colours of Collingwood, they're going to have their colours of Melbourne, but so many people already today have arrived in their blue beanies as well. So it is just a magnificent sight.
If you've bought a beanie, you have supported the cause. If you're at home and have bought a beanie and would like to do more, please go to fightmnd.org.au. So what we're trying to do is raise $2 million today. We've just ticked over $1 million. We're going to have an amazing amount of fun watching these sliders. It's a who's who of Australian sport and entertainment. And they all do it because the captain and the coach has asked them to do it.
Yeah, they look magnificent. I don't think I've ever seen a spectacle quite like the ones this year. They're very nervous. They all want to know how cold the ice is.
Bloody cold.
It's bloody cold. It will burn, but they'll never feel better after this.
So the rule is on this day, you can only slide if you have been asked by Neale. And one man was asked first. I know you've had some wonderful honours in your time, but maybe none bigger than that.
It was a great honour to be asked all those years ago, and I don't think anybody at that time thought or understood how big this might become. It was driven by Neale, the spirit of Neale. He no longer has his voice, but he's got his spirit and he's still got his sense of humour, which will be on display again today.
So you've got the number one beanie. It's a little like the baggy green. You get presented with the beanie, and all week, during the week, those that have slid before were presented with theirs. So Fev slid at number 60, and Husey and all the team, and I know that they now treasure this item.
Yeah, they do, and we are in the nervous 90s though now, yes. Hammer. And there is a lot of anxiousness and nervousness back there. And Justin Langer, who we'll see a little bit later too, he's on 99. Neale wanted him to have the 99 beanie because he was 99 not out.
So when you look through it, I'm not sure who slides first and in what order, but Hamish Blake has supported the Demons all his life, and finally he's got called up. Ash Barty, well, most of us wanted to be Prime Minister of Australia or run the AFL. She's here to slide. Eddie Betts is a superstar and will aspire more again.
Yeah, they all look magnificent. Rhonda Burchmore is in there as well. So I know they're nervous. We don't want to hold them up too long. They're all ready to go. And they're going to arrive in that ice bath with a huge, huge splash, but a big smile on their faces.
Well, for the first time, Neale couldn't address the sliders, and he picked a man that he knew could. He chose you.
Now, it's also a very special occasion today. You will join the family of sliders. Many years ago, when Neale had this idea that he was going to get people to jump out of a helicopter across the top of the MCG into a nice little pool of ice, I said, no, look, it's not going to work, Neale. What we'll do is we'll put them on a slide and we'll have them slide ever so gently into this huge ice bucket, okay, full of magnificent ice. And Neale said, well, somebody's got to be brave enough to go first. You know, Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. So Edmund Hillary was the first man to reach the summit at Everest. The first person to go down the slide and survive it. There's going to be a lot of people that are watching this right across the country. A lot of people like Neale that have been afflicted with MND. And this is going to raise their spirits today. It's not going to cure them, but it's going to raise their spirits for a short period of time. You will also be given a beanie, a baggy blue today, which will signify the number that you have gone down the slide. They'll be given to you, so that is just something to remember the day by, and also something for you to look at and understand that you're part of a bigger team out there. And it doesn't end today. Part of our responsibilities when we go forward is to make sure that we always remember today and we keep building on what is already taken place because of the drive of this great man. Okay, enjoy.
Brilliantly done. Armstrong, Hillary, Watson. Now,
Not necessarily in that order either.
Not in that order. So one thing we need to tell you at home, and you don't have a thermometer, you've just got the Dimboola feel.
I've got the feel of it all, and it's cold, Hammer. It is cold. It will be the best full body exfoliation that they've ever completed in their lives.
A quick break. Who's sliding first? We'll find out on the other side as the Blue Army continues to head to the MCG. FightMND.org.au. Donate at some point today.
When speaking about Neale Daniher, it's hard to describe just how extraordinary he is.
Life's good, but life doesn't promise to be fair. I'm diagnosed with a disease that will kill me. No treatment, no cure. No hope, some say. Where's the opportunity? I tell you, if you're in the blame game, if you're in worried for me, for bugger me, you never find it. There's always opportunity. My opportunity was to fight MND.
Born into one of the most famous football names, the Daniher brothers are Aussie rules icons. Their stories on the field will live on. But it's the story of Neale Daniher off-field that has captured our hearts. After his playing and coaching days came to an end, Neale was sadly diagnosed with MND. As Neale describes it, the beast. A tragic diagnosis, robbing him of precious time. However, instead of retreating, Neale courageously faced the beast head-on. And selflessly, he did it for others. Neale knows his fight against MND won't be cured. But he fights for anyone who will be faced with the same cruel diagnosis. He fights for a cure. Neale Daniher and the team at Fight MND are now the largest independent funder of motor neuron disease research in Australia. He's dedicated his remaining years to raise awareness and funds for the fight. And the difference he and his team are making will change lives. It's been 8 years since Neale's diagnosis.
What do I mean by a courageous attitude?
The average life expectancy is 27 months.
Well, it's partly about staring down fear.
Words don't come easily when talking about Neale Daniher. Nothing seems worthy. But what we can say is that we're all behind you. You're the definition of an inspiration. So, play on, Neale. Play on.
What about a round of applause for the most inspirational man, Neale Daniher? Neale, thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for showing us the way. My question is, are you happy for us to play on? Neale's given us the nod. Let's meet our first slider.
No matter who you barrack for, our first slider has been a fan favourite across 350 games with the Blues and the Crows, delivering thrilling moments and memories on his way to booting 640 goals in 17 seasons, many of them right here in this pocket at the G. Another magic moment for the mercurial Eddie Betts at the MCG.
Well, Eddie Betts, it's time for the big reveal. Off it comes. Get rid of that. We need to see what's under there. Oh, you're making it difficult, Eddie. What have we got? What have we got?
We have the Black Panther.
You've performed here on the MCG many times, Eddie. How are you feeling about going down the slide right now?
I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I avoided ice bath, but I'm looking forward to going down. Heard it's -1, so look, if I like that it's in the pocket, my favourite spot's in the pocket, so we'll see how we go.
Degree of difficulty?
Let's just slide straight down and in, eh?
Enjoy it as much as you can.
No, thank you.
Off you go.
All right, here we go, Tim. The Black Panther, Marvel style. Spent the best part of 2 decades giving opponents a bit of a bath. Now about to receive a taste of his own medicine. The great Eddie Betts, 350 games, 640 goals. The first slider of 2022, about to get it done. He arrives ready to jump in. He wants the crowd to get going, does Eddie Betts. The Black Panther, have a look at him. In one of his many pockets. Here he is as he salutes and ready to go in the toboggan. The great Eddie Betts, here we go. The first slider of 2022. 3, 2, 1, go. And the great Eddie Betts, is it solid? It could be rock solid. And it is very cold. It's always more colder than you expected, Eddie, as he looks for part of his uniform. And he better get out of there before he gets frozen stiff. Put your hands together for Eddie Betts, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, Haim.
Well, Ed, welcome back to the MCG.
Thanks. It's different to be in the cold in the MCG in the ice bath, but I'm glad it's in the pocket though.
You were a superhero to many. You've come as a superhero, but you're sliding because a superhero has asked you to do so. It's such an important day.
Yeah, it is. Neale Daniher is a superhero in itself. When you speak about inspiration, you know, he's a fighter, and we'll continue to fight, and we'll continue to support and help out any way we can.
Go and get warm.
I will. I can't wait for the rest of the sliders because it's cold.
Let's meet slider number 2.
Rhonda Burchmore, the wonderful flame-haired leggy star of stage and screen, has been to the West End and the African jungle and is now ready for one of her toughest roles for a cause that is close to home. A big personality with an even bigger heart and smile to light up the G. Ladies and gentlemen, Rhonda Burchmore.
Rhonda knows, stranger to the big stage. Are you ready for the reveal?
I'm ready for the reveal. I've actually done a bit of bling myself here today.
Well,
Are you ready for it?
D-Robe, show us the bling. Show us the bling. Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Barty, I know. I've actually been sewing these leaves on.
They look magnificent. Let's hope that they all hold in place on your way down the slide into the ice. Off you go. Enjoy.
Okay, now Neale, this is for you because, you know, when you asked, only for you would I do something like this. I hate the cold. I hate everything about it. I've never been on a toboggan.
Just go easy with those leaves, Rhonda. Poison Ivy from Batman, superstar of stage, more accustomed to Frozen the musical than Frozen the MCG style. Peerless on stage, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's Annie Get Your Gun, Guys and Dolls, Mamma Mia, you name it, she has done it. And here she is, the wonderful Rhonda Burchmore, loading up. She's looking at the bath, and yes, Rhonda, it is very, very cold. Ladies and gentlemen, the second slider on 3, 2, 1. Rhonda Burchmore lets it rip, and she's stuck solid at the top. Here she goes, not looking all that excited, and she takes a mouthful. Oh, a few cubes have gone down her throat. She's spitting cubes. Rhonda Burchmore, and it was a lot colder than she thought it would be. The top half really didn't get that wet. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rhonda Burchmore.
Now, Rhonda, Neale has been a huge fan of yours for a long time. You said yes because it was Neale, but this one's very important to you. Your sister had MND.
Yes, that's the only reason. I mean, apart from Neale, I lost my sister to a motor neurone disease, and I figure a couple of minutes of torture is worth it to kind of raise awareness. And I know she'd be laughing up there at a big sister today.
We're having fun about a serious issue. Thank you for being a part of it.
Oh, much love. I'm just freezing all my bits off here, I tell you. It's very muffy. Oh.
You go and warm whatever you need to warm up. Let's meet slider number 3.
Andy Maher. The front bar host has probably got some last-minute tips on how to take on the slide from his old mate Mick Malloy, who was slider number 11 in year 1. The man they call Radar has stood on the boundary here at the G for 2 decades of big moments. This will be his biggest one yet. A star of both radio and TV, welcome to the slide, Andy Maher.
Andy, get that robe off. I know you want to get into the ice. Now, this is a character from MASH. It's not Klinger.
It's not Klinger, it's the 45-year-old pluses out in the audience. There's a lot of us still around. You were there when I got this nickname. You and Billy Brownless gave it to me. So, for the oldies in the crowd, Radar O'Reilly from MASH.
There you go, Andy. You and your teddy down the slide into the ice.
Here he goes.
Andy Maher.
Andy
as
Maher. Radar from MASH. From the front bar to the front bath, here we go. Crazy Carlton man, front bar host, of course, and he can actually talk underwater, this guy. Here he goes, Andy Maher. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And away he goes. Andrew Maher, in he goes, and he's completely upside down. Shoes in last, and doesn't look like he can swim all that well, Andy. Radar from MASH. On behalf of Neale Daniher. And goodness gracious me. Put your hands together for Andy Maher. Here he comes. Well done, Andy. Over to you, Hame.
Thank you, BT. Colder than you thought?
Oh, Hamish, it's freezing, mate. Yeah, cold, mate. Really cold.
You've seen some wonderful initiatives. Anzac Day, Dreamtime. Did you ever think that what Neale thought up one day could get to where we are, just to see a blue at every ground?
No, everywhere you look in Australia now, that's exactly what we've got. Today is a phenomenal day on the Australian footy calendar. He is an Australian hero, and everybody who's done their bit, we're all united by the same cause, aren't we? So,
well done.
Yep, good on you, mate. Thank you.
Andy Maher, slider 3. Let's meet slider number 4.
The chili dip will be familiar to this green and gold moguls queen who embraces the cold. The Beijing Winter Olympic gold medalist and World Cup champion has stepped away from training to join us here today. No doubt this coolest of cool 23-year-old will handle the bumps, or maybe the goosebumps, with consummate ease. Our Aussie golden girl, Jakara Anthony.
Jakara, it's time to take the gown off for the reveal. I know you love the cold. Shh. show us what you've got underneath there. And you are...
The girl on fire, Katniss Everdeen.
Off you go, fire yourself down the slide into the ice.
Here she goes, Jakara Anthony, Katniss Everdeen from Hunger Games. The reigning queen of Australian snow sports, ladies and gentlemen. Gold in the Moguls Beijing Winter Olympics. An avid surfer does her best work in freezing conditions. This should be no worries at all for Jakara Anthony. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Jakara Anthony, ladies and gentlemen, our gold medalist, in she goes as Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. And collecting all of her bits and pieces as she gets out, realising that it is actually cold. Put your hands together for Jakara Anthony, ladies and gentlemen. Here she is. Gold in the moguls at Beijing. Over to you, Hayne.
You've been to some of the coldest places in the world. How does that go?
I think that qualifies as the coldest.
Did you ever think you'd perform nationally at the MCG for such an important cause?
I didn't, you know, I'm winter sport, not exactly a lot of snow at the MCG, but this is as close as we're ever going to get.
Cold at Bulla yesterday?
Yeah, it was cold at Bulla, lots of snow there, but that definitely takes the win.
Well done on your gold.
Thank you.
Jakara Anthony on the other side will meet slider number 5.
Oh, he's such a fighter, isn't he? It's incredible inspiration, to show what you can do under adversity, and you can just tell in his demeanour, he's just so grateful for what he has. He doesn't think about what he doesn't have. I mean, there's so many lessons you can learn from that, and it's another occasion that I'm sure we'll cherish.
Where do you start with this guy? The way he's dedicated himself and been able to reframe his illness and create purpose, and then be able to mobilise people has been something that's quite extraordinary.
The horrific, disease that Neale has inherited, and gone from, the man that I know to the strength that he's shown to become the man he is now, is incredibly important, and the legacy that he will leave, and whether it helps him now, we're not too sure, but it's certainly going to help a lot of people moving forward.
He's just a wonderful football person. He's unbelievably personable. His country background just shines through. He's one of our true great Australians.
Neale's been such an inspiration for all of us, not only in the football community, but all over Australia, and it's really good to be part of.
We're so privileged as a footy club to learn from Neale. He's had some amazing speeches to us about what's possible and where we need to take our mindsets, and we just are in awe of what he's done for the Melbourne Footy Club, but in broader the community and the game.
It's the day that the MCG turns a sea of blue. The walkers continue, the tin rattlers continue. The QR code is on your screen, fightmnd.org.au. In the last 40 minutes, just on 250,000 has been raised, $1.25 million. So far, we need to get to $2 million by halftime. Please don't finish the day without donating at some point, fightmnd.org.au. So big freeze 8, we've seen 4 sliders so far. Time to meet slider number 5.
How good is this? Simply one of the biggest and most popular names in Australian radio and TV, a comedian, actor and author who seems to just perpetually have fun and keep us laughing. But let's see if this award-winning jokester emerges with a smile after this icy episode. It's Hamish Blake.
And Hamish, I can't wait for this robe to come off. Are you ready?
I am ready. I gave the honours to my daughter to pick who I would be. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Queen's birthday, it's Queen Elsa, baby!
Now, you've already had a quick chat to those that have gone into the ice. What's the feedback been?
There is a solid message coming through underneath. It's cold. It's really cold. I just hope I keep it all together up there I'd like to thank Maxi Gawn for donating his footy shorts to me. He's obviously got another pair for the game, but just in case we see too much of Elsa, we don't know what's going to happen at the bottom, but I'll be trying my best.
Enjoy.
Let's do it.
Elsa from Frozen. Hamish Blake. Some say he's been the hottest property in Australian entertainment for the last 2 decades. Now this hot property is about to go very, very cold indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamish Blake, Elsa from Frozen. He's just about ready and set as he tucks the dress in. 3, 2, 1. Hamish Blake, Elsa is launched into the ice bath. Sinks to the very bottom, and here he is topless. Pull your top up, Elsa. Goodness gracious me, boy oh boy. Did you see that? Hamish Blake as Elsa Haim.
I'm glad he's got Maxi Gawn's shorts on, to be honest. Well played.
Oh yeah, how do we see the full short? Oh my God.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. So sorry. I thought I did the course set up better than that. That's very revealing. It's a real education. No, my mistake. Sorry, kids. Sorry, parents.
You have been a long time Melbourne supporter. Neale was your coach. You got to a grand final under Neale. Finally, he's chosen you.
It's been a huge honour. 7 years of sending in audition tapes, cold showers. Finally, I get the call up, and I couldn't be prouder. And I just want to say thank you to everyone at home too for donating, seeing the money come across. It is a real honour to be part of this.
The room beforehand, the change rooms, there was an extraordinary feeling. There's some of the best performers on television, on the football field, gold medalist. Everyone's just delighted to be a part of it.
Mate, it's, I mean, everyone here knows it's one of the greatest days in the footy calendar, and it's awesome to have everyone together for exactly the same reason, and stoked to be here.
How high a level did you get in your sporting career? Did you ever need an ice bath?
No. I mean, I've eaten too much, sometimes like too much pizza or something, and an ice bath could have helped cool me down, but that's about as tough as it got.
D's win today?
Yeah, D's by 28, I think it is. I haven't checked the final score, but I think it's about D's by 28.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks, hey, go D's.
Hamish Blake, massive Demons fan. Let's get to slider number 6.
Terry Daniher, the eldest of the 11 Daniher children, and the first to forge the path from an Ungary farm to the biggest sporting stage in Australia. A 2-time premiership skipper in the red and black. This hard-nosed superstar of the game is helping Neale to beat the beast in any way he can. Please welcome Terry Daniher.
I know there's Terry Daniher under there somewhere. You look magnificent. Just take the robe off so we can get the full reveal. There you go. I can't think of a more appropriate character for you to dress up as than Crocodile Dundee.
Well, Timmy was a favourite of mine. And I've watched his movies about 3 times and still get a laugh out of it. And I'd like to introduce me mate here, Roger.
Roger the Crocodile.
Roger the Crocodile. So he's going to keep me company on the way down, Tim.
Now, I know Neale wanted you to get a fake tan or a spray tan or whatever it is. Did you do that or not?
I had to get a little bit of a touch-up, Tim. Yeah, they said, look, you look pretty ordinary without it, mate. Yeah, that Irish skin, you need a bit of tan, get you down there. So, hi, Paul. I'm doing the right thing by you, mate.
What about, he had a knife. Have you got a knife there too?
Oh, don't worry about that. There it is, son. Now that's a knife. This one here. Get it out. There it is.
Off you go. You're going to enjoy that. And your brother over there, Neale, is going to enjoy it as much as anybody here at the MCG and right across Australia.
I'm sure he will, Tim.
Off you go.
Here we go. Thank you.
Few people in the history of the game have enjoyed a coldie more than TD. Not sure if he's ever had one quite like this, though. The oldest of 4 brothers and 7 sisters. Have a look at this. Crocodile Dundee himself. Terry Daniher, Crocodile and all. We're ready to go. 3, 2, 1. The great Terry Daniher launches down the slide and in he goes. This will be no problem at all for Crocodile Dundee. Used to operating in the desert, not necessarily the colder parts of Australia. And there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the great Terry Daniher. Over to you, Haim.
Hamish.
Well done, Terry. Mick, as I should say.
Mick Dundee. Yeah, well, I did it for Mick, did it for Neale. What a great day. Thanks for everyone to come out. Look at all those blue beanies. Well done.
It's been extraordinary what your brother has been able to do over the last 8 years for all of us.
Fantastic, Hamish. And look, he's had a lot of good friends around him to help him and make the foundation bigger and stronger. And but we still haven't found found a cure, Hamish. So keep supporting us, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully there's not a cure too far around the corner.
You're with him today on the MCG. You played together with the four brothers in Moorabbin. This was Friday night. I think we've got vision. What do you most love about that man?
Oh, I think it was just a great moment, really. We don't catch up a lot, and to get Chris down from the farm and to get Anthony and all of us together for that special moment, that'll be a great memory for us, yeah, and the family.
Absolutely. FightMND.org.au. They've raised $300,000 in the last 35 minutes.
Wow, that's fantastic. We've got to hit that $2 million
absolutely
target, so that's great, Hamish.
1.3 so far for the day. Mick Dundee's off to the showers. Let's meet our next slider.
There are not too many tougher than our next slider. A gutsy opener who has faced some fast deliveries, but I reckon this will be a tricky pitch for him to handle. But today, he's fallen just short of another ton as slider number 99. It's Justin Langer.
One of the great fighters. Take that robe off. I think we know who you are. There you go. Rocky Balboa. How many times have you seen that film?
Oh, so many times. I love Rocky Balboa. I used to drink the raw eggs when I was younger and punch the carcasses, and Rocky's a big hero, that's for sure.
He was a fighter. You've been a fighter too for your country. What an honour it is to be part of this today.
Oh, you've got no idea. When Neale asked me, I couldn't get here quick enough. I mean, he's one of the great gentlemen I've met, one of the tough blokes we've met, it's a great privilege to be here.
You may get another black eye on your way down there. Let's hope not. It's cold, but enjoy it.
He has flown from Perth today. He'll fly back this afternoon. What a commitment. No one has worn the baggy green with more pride than this man, and today he joins the baggy blue brigade. He is the 99th slider down. Is he to be stranded on 99 as a player and a coach? This is a man that could really dish out an icy cold stare. Ladies and gentlemen, slider number 99, Rocky Balboa, Justin Langer. 3, 2, 1, way you go. Rocky and Langer into the ice bath. Rocky Balboa, slider number 99. Congratulations. A man that Australia loves. Justin Langer having a little bit of trouble getting out of the ice bath, and Hamish having to go over and rescue him. Over to you, Haim.
Thanks, BT.
Mate.
I thought that's what you said.
Oh.
You met Neale through the West Coast Eagles and have become mates ever since.
Yeah, West Coast Eagles, one of the great people I've met, and what a cause for a great man.
He honestly couldn't have inspired more people, I don't think, than he has. In terms of fighting, if he took on Rocky, he'd knock him over in the first.
Oh, he keeps coming back, doesn't he? I mean, see him up there today. It's a great inspiration, and it's, as I say, it's a great honour to be here for him.
And you've just flown in and out for the day because of the love of the great man and the importance of the cause?
Yeah, going to fly back in an hour or so, but to be at the MCG for Neale, I couldn't have thought of a better way to spend the day.
I could find a reasonable donation if you fly back like that without a shower.
Yeah, it'd want to be a big donation. I'll give you the big tip.
Go and have a shower.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Justin Langer, just a reminder, fightmnd.org.au or QR code. Right now, the tally sits at 1.409 million. We've got to get to 2 million by lunchtime. We'll make it half time. Collingwood, Melbourne, just a reminder, there is a game of football to be played a little later on, but that is secondary to what we're trying to do as a country right now. Fightmnd.org.au. Let's get to our 8th slider.
Our next slider was Neale Daniher's loyal skipper for the best part of a decade. The Demons' longest-serving captain and a club legend. But this might be his toughest test yet at his home ground. This man mountain is a braveheart who stepped up when his coach needed him most. Big free slider 100, David Neitz.
David Neitz, slider 100. Get the robe off. You are...
I am Braveheart. A little nod to Neale, the bravest bloke that I've ever met. And if you know this story of this Bill, William Wallace, he gathered the clans of Scotland together to fight for the freedom of Scotland. And Neale Daniher, he's gathered the Collingwood clan, the Melbourne clan, the Essendon clan, all the footy clans, brought them together for the freedom against MND. Neale, you are a superstar. We love you.
Only one thing left to do.
Give him that slide.
Off you go.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. David Neitz, Braveheart for a decade, was Neale's main man, has stepped up again. He is the games record holder of the Melbourne Football Club. 306 games, captain under the great Neale Daniher. Braveheart, here he is, David Neitz. 3, 2, 1, away you go. David Neitz goes down, there he is. Almost a complete flip. And Braveheart not so brave anymore. He can't wait to get out. He's disappointed that it's cold and he hasn't quite got the agility that he once had, this great demon. The game's record holder, David Neitz for the Melbourne Football Club.
Wow.
Who did you find down here?
This is my little daughter, Edie. Come in here.
That's the camera there, Edie.
Oh, my Lord. That is very, very cold, home.
You played 164 games as captain under Neale. Did you think then he was the sort of guy that could inspire the world?
Oh, he's always an inspirational guy, but this is just beyond. Great to see the MCG packed with all the blue beanies. Just magnificent. I hope we can keep raising funds and get behind the cause. It means a hell of a lot to so many people.
I've just got the whiteboard here somewhere. The current number is at 1.459 million from today. We need to get it to 2 million by half time.
Let's keep pushing, guys. That's amazing. Amazing effort so far. Keep fundraising, keep going, and let's fight this beast.
Well played, William.
Thank you.
William Wallace. Let's meet slider number 9.
Our next slider knows her footy and has been covering news and hosting some of Australia's biggest shows for decades. And while she might have seen her beloved Cats win flags here at the MCG, the G-Town girl has never done anything like this before. Ladies and gentlemen, Bec Madden.
I just had to check to make sure it was Rebecca Madden. It is Bec underneath there. Off you go. Take the... Are you going to put your glasses on first?
Glasses on. I am Trinity from The Matrix.
Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. What was the inspiration behind this?
I thought it would be offering me a lot of coverage, although now I'm worried about the zip.
It won't provide any warmth, I'm telling you right now.
I was worried about warmth, I was worried about exposure. Anyway.
Keep the zip up, off you go.
Okay, wish me luck, Tim.
Good luck.
What about this? The zip may in fact rust, who knows? Trinity from Matrix, mad Geelong fan, in fact the number 1 ticket holder, back home at 7 now with the news. And of course, mum of Ruby. The Madden name has long been synonymous with the Daniher name, and today they'll be further linked as Bec takes the plunge as Trinity from the Matrix. Bec Madden, 3, 2, 1, away she goes. A bit of a slip on the old toboggan. Here she is, Trinity from Matrix. She got the most speed. She almost went out of the pool. And she refused to swallow any of the cubes. She kept the head high. And that was not going under the water under any circumstances. Trinity from the Matrix. Bec Madden is with Hamish McLaughlin.
Well, you normally talk a lot, but not right now.
First time I can't talk. Where's the thing with the silver on the inside?
What, for hypothermia? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, Haim, that's indescribable. That's the coldest I've ever been.
For good cause?
I just saw Neale up the top. I gave him a hug and I said, I'm only doing this for you, Neale. Today has been really emotional for everybody. We had a beautiful speech by Tim downstairs. I felt like I was in the footy team. And then I looked at Neale, and I know that he can't speak at the moment, but everything that that Tim said, I know he was just 100% behind us. He's an incredible man.
You've been to a lot of football. How often do you get a crowd so big an hour and a half before the bounce?
It is just incredible. Thank you, everybody, for watching today on 7, and thank you, everybody, for coming out early, and thanks, everybody, for buying the beanies. We're going to find a cure for MND, hey?
Stay in character for a couple of months.
I will. My husband will enjoy this.
He's right here, Trent. Go and get warm.
She's Aussie tennis royalty of the highest order. One of the most popular sports people of all time who unites the nation. And the reigning Australian Open champion. This 3-time Grand Slam winning ace knows a thing or two about serving up her best performance in front of big crowds. But the big question for our final slider today, can she slice the ice? Ladies and gentlemen, Ash Barty.
Ash, a huge roar from the MCG for you. You need to take the gown off, though, because we've got to do the reveal. And I know you've got some other bits and pieces that you need to assemble as well. Just put that on. Now you're in full... You can't get it on. Now you're in full costume. Ash, the inspiration behind this?
I'm a child. I'm an absolute child, and turns out they don't make adult costumes to be Rafiki. So I'm fitting into a 12-year-old's costume. We're fine. We'll be right.
When you retired, did you think you'd be at the MCG dressed up as Rafiki?
A girl can dream, can't she? No, this is an incredible day, an incredible cause, and I'm so proud to be a small part of a celebration that is just bringing awareness to an incredible man. I mean, Neale is just brilliant, and I'm so glad that I can be a part of it.
You would have had a couple of ice baths over the journey?
I can, but none where I've been rugged up like this. I'm looking forward to it.
Off you go.
The reigning Wimbledon and Australian Open champion, ladies and gentlemen, retired as the undisputed #1 in the world. She is our Ash Barty, Rafiki from the Lion King. She thought her ice bath days were done. Think again, Ash, because you are going down into this very, very cold bath. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's favourite, the great Ash Barty. 3, 2, 1. Away she goes. In she goes in a cold bath like she felt probably many, many times. There she is, the reigning Wimbledon and Australian Open champion, of course, recently retired. She's our favourite here in Australia. Put your hands together for Ash Barty. Over to you, Hayne.
Worse or better than you thought?
Absolutely so much better, except I can't breathe in this thing. It's, look, incredible. So much fun. A lot of fun with all of our sliders, and hell of a day.
So, Rod Laver, Wimbledon, Roland Garros, Flushing Meadow. Did you ever think you'd perform in front of, what is it now, 70,000 at the G?
I hoped I'd perform a little bit better on the tennis court, but this is just the most beautiful day for the right reasons. Like I said, Neale's an incredible man, and bringing awareness to such a beast is so important. And I hope that we can all do our thing, get behind it, put your beanie on, and what a day, what a day.
You've taken on a lot of tough opponents. Can you believe how Neale has taken on the undefeated champion, the Beast?
No, he is exceptional. There is nothing there's no better word that describes him. He's an inspiration for all of us. The way that he fights, continues to fight, to bring awareness, and I mean, what a scene! What a way to do it. We have a bit of fun with it. Make some people smile.
Yeah.
Make people laugh. Have some fun, and do what we can to try and bring awareness. And one day do our part to find a cause and then to find a solution.
Tell me, if it wasn't Rafiki, what was it going to be?
I had so many options. I mean, everything was Disney. I'm a child after all, but it's been a hell of a day with so many incredible sliders, and now we get to watch a great game of footy, and I hope that everyone here has had a smile on their face. It's brought me so much joy, and it's been a hell of a thing to be a part of.
We'll speak at half-time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ash. Huge roar for Ash Barty as we welcome in Tim Watson and Bec Daniher. Thank you again, Ash. Superb. Come in, Bec. That's gone pretty well, hasn't it?
That is amazing. How good were the sliders and the costumes? Incredible.
I don't think, Tim, we've seen a happier group of individuals to freeze in front of the nation.
Maybe not. I don't think I've seen a more anxious group than the ones I saw today. They were excited, but they were anxious. They're in the 90s with the beanies too. I think the nervous 90s probably added to the occasion.
But you're the voice now. Neale remains the inspiration. Is there anything you'd like to say? I've just got a tally about to be held up here. So we've done 566,000, so 1.56 on our road to 2 million by half-time.
We are so close to hitting the 2 million mark, and we want to say a massive thank you for everyone that's being a part of it. Dad's no longer the voice. We need everyone collectively to be the voice in the fight against MND. So please give generously. We can't do it without you. You guys are incredible.
Yep. We've landed a couple of punches on the beast, but we need to land a few more, don't we?
Fightmnd.org.au, 1.612 now. We need to get to 2 million by half time. Thank you for your support. The football on the other side of the break.